Hey everybody, good morning. Good morning. And hopefully you are going to have a great day today. It's 8 o'clock a.m. I'm getting ready for my day. I don't know about you, but we are going to be, hopefully you will be joining us today, or joining me today at 12 o'clock Eastern, where I'm going to be talking about where I'm going to be talking about 70E. So I'll tell you what, we're going to get, so on the IAEI's YouTube channel, we're getting into discussing 70E. So I'm going through the second draft meeting. Second draft meeting is over. They're moving into the final stages of ushering in a 2024 version of 70E. But I'll tell you what is interesting. So we went through, there were some significant changes in 70E. If you want to know what those are, please take a look at parts 1 and 2 of the IAEI on the IAEI's YouTube channel. I will be doing some things on my channel as well, so stay tuned over there. But in any case, I'm moving into chapter 2 and 3. And what's really interesting is that as you move into chapter 2 and 3 of 70E, you start to realize that most of the time is spent on chapter 1. Honestly, as I just in general look at as I look at 70E chapter 2 and 3, just the content. Consider the NFPA style manual and take a look at the content. Chapter 2 is on maintenance, and what we're going to look at today, I really want you to tune in for this discussion, because in my opinion, we need a lot of work in chapters 2 and 3 of 70E. Just from a consistency perspective, take a look at some of the requirements. So just think about this. Chapter 2 is maintenance. Now 70B is becoming, NFPA 70B is becoming a standard. So it's moving from a you could, you should, you might want to document to a standard, a you shall, thou shalt document. And in 70E, we have maintenance requirements. Now, as I look through, I'm getting ready for my day here. So I got my mouse in my pocket. I got wires. But as you look through as you just think about maintenance and safe work practices, what you would expect to see in 70E in chapter 2 for maintenance are specific requirements that specifically address when maintenance is being conducted. But I'll ask you a question. Do you really do things differently when you are performing maintenance as opposed to when you're doing anything else from a safe work practices perspective? Maintenance is maintenance, in my opinion. And safe work practices is safe work practices. Regardless, if you have an exposed conductor, I don't think it really matters, in my opinion. I don't think it matters if you're maintaining it, installing it. You tell me, give me some comments. I'd love to know your thought process, but take a look, go out to NFPA 70 for our discussion today at 12 o'clock Eastern. 12 o'clock Eastern, on the IAEIs. I believe I have the link either down below, up above, to the left or right, depending upon what platform. We're streaming to 6 or 7 platforms right now, so I'm not sure which platform I'm on, you're watching this on, but take a look at the link, bookmark it, join me at 12 o'clock, because I want to have a discussion about 70Es, chapter 2 and 3. And what started out for me as talking about the changes quickly morphed in to a discussion of the need. I mean, just chapter 2 is maintenance. We know maintenance is critical. It's a part of the trilogy. There are references in the chapter 1 to maintenance, but they don't call out. And we're going to take a look, but we're going to take a look in chapter 1. Do we actually call out sections in chapter 2, or do we go straight to 70B? Think about that. Anyway, so that's discussion today. Think about, we're going to be looking at 70E in the 2 chapters that I would argue is rarely engaged with. So take a look at 70E. Also, so this week I'm doing some training. I'm going to be actually in Texas. And we're going to be talking 2023 code changes with the IEEE, with a chapter of the IEEE in Austin. I'm just getting ready for my day. I got engaged with emails this morning, trying to catch up. So anyway, 70E is, or I'm sorry, I'm going to be talking 2023 code changes this week. Next couple weeks are really crazy, but I do have a lot of Q&A, so I got to get a Q&A Friday in shortly. I might end up having a Q&A Friday on Monday, or a Q&A Friday on Tuesday, or maybe even a Q&A Friday on Saturday. I don't know. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy as we're moving into the holidays. Everybody wants to have a discussion or have a meeting, and they want to be in person. So in any case, I'm hoping that I see you all at 12 o'clock Eastern out there. Take a look at the link down below. So anyway, hopefully we will make that happen today. Hoping I didn't stop my streaming. All right, so what else? So that's going to be, I just want to make sure that you know about today at 12 o'clock. It's going to be a fun day. We're going to talk about, at 12 o'clock, we're going to be talking about 70E. So anyhow, I do have, and again, I'm pulling together my questions. I've got some really good questions around some motor protection. I've got some good questions on application issues, especially like electric vehicles. Oh my gosh, electric vehicles. Have you seen some of the new products out by the automotive industry? They're looking at bidirectional power flow to the vehicle and from the vehicle. And I believe there is one motor manufacturer, I believe it's Ford, who has a product out now. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you can get one yet, but if anybody out there has a Ford Lightning, let me know. I'd love to know how that little puppy is working. But they made some provisions and changes in the National Electrical Code to address those that technology, and I'm gonna be talking about that down in Texas, and I'm going to be talking about that on my channel too, moving forward. You know what my thought process is: when you want to understand something, you need to really engross yourself in the discussion. Read through all of the information, the literature, and we're coming out with some cool new products. In fact, we have a great new product. Eaton has a new electric vehicle charger out on the market that fits right in your panel board. It's crazy. what we're doing with solutions these days. Technologies go on 1,000 mile an hour, and our goal is to get the codes and standards moving in the same direction at the same speed, because that when technology advances beyond our codes and standards worlds, we got to be very careful. So, and on many different fronts, especially from a safety perspective. So stay tuned for some really interesting changes that are coming up. And if your state is adopting the National Electrical Code and you're running into challenges, please let me know. We have a team of individuals, and we work with industry professionals who will help represent the electrical industry to help those lawmakers understand the importance of keeping all of our codes and standards updated at the same time. I mean, if you are an electrician, a designer, a contractor who is in whatever state that you are in, and you're designing a project, say, for Ohio, and then maybe, just maybe, you're working with a customer who has a plant in Ohio, or some sort of, maybe I don't know, it could be a retail store in Ohio versus a retail store in Pennsylvania versus a retail store in Texas. It very well could be, in the state of our industry today, that you have 3 or 4 or more different designs because of the addition of the National Electrical Code and the building codes that you're on in each of those jurisdictions. It's really important to stay up to date. I'm going to get a gentleman who's heavily involved with that, who works with Eaton, Jerry O'Connor, and Jerry is just recently joined the team. Rock star material right there, I'm telling you. This gentleman is working to educate lawmakers across the country. He's working to build relationships and educate you and me on the National Electrical Code, building codes. He was an electrical inspector in Chicago. I mean, there's the heart of a lot of stuff going on in Chicago. So Jerry, I'm going to try to get Jerry on with me at some point here shortly to talk about code adoption, because code adoption plays a critical role in electrical safety and your business. So if you think about from a business perspective, if you're an electrical contractor, design engineer, regardless, you have to think about the, I just realized I'm not even looking at my chats. You have to think about your designs and their implementations in different states and jurisdictions, because remember, some states, like if I'm building, if I have a structure going in New York City, that code could be, and probably is, different than New York State, right? And Alabama, if I'm in Shelby County, Alabama, versus Hoover versus other jurisdictions, I may be on different versions of the code, and I might be even in an area where there is no code adopted. So anyway, remember, the NEC is out there for safety. It's out there for your liability, reducing your liability should something happen, and all that jazz. So remember, the state adoption is critical for all that we do in our industry. Don't forget to get your IAI membership. IAI plays again another critical role. The IAI team of inspectors across the country are heavily involved with code adoption as well, for obvious reasons. So don't forget to engage with the IAEI, become a member, go to local meetings. We just finished our West Virginia chapter meetings, and I'm telling you, it was absolutely awesome, because we had some really good, the West Virginia chapter of the IAEI, very engaged, great questions. We were going through 2020, not 2023, but we were going through 2020 code changes. And I'm telling you, they were hitting on all the right points. points. And if you were in that room, I just wish we could capture a lot of that on video, because it's just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing the engagement that we get in the West Virginia chapter. So West by God, Virginia, thank you for what you do for electrical safety, because your engagement in safety and your wanting and desire to understand the National Electrical Code and proper installation of electrical equipment is phenomenal. So, all right, so that's my spiel. 12 o'clock Eastern. I've got a conference call coming up, I believe. What time is it? Yep, I got a conference call coming up, so it's been about 15 minutes. I don't want to go too much longer. So thanks. So that's it. I just wanted to make sure you understand what you're going to be doing today at 12 o'clock Eastern. 12 o'clock Eastern. YouTube channel, IAEI. The link is down below, up above, left or right. You can bookmark that. That'll take you straight to the live stream, which obviously I'm not live on their channel right now, but you can get live on that channel. So get over there on IAI's YouTube channel, and I will hopefully, we will have a very engaging discussion on 70E, chapter 2 and 3. Put your mind in chapter 2. Chapter 2 is maintenance. Chapter 3 is special equipment. So we're going to be talking batteries, safe work practices. Now, chapter 3, I know what I'm expecting to see in chapter 3. Remember, chapter 3 has to supplement or modify what's in chapter 1. I want to talk about the first article in each of these chapters as well, Article 200 and Article 300. We're going to have a good discussion. So it's going to be intriguing. It's going to be interesting, might be a little controversial. All right, so we will see you all at 12 o'clock Eastern. I don't know if my buttons work here anymore. Doesn't look like it's going to work. I don't know. I was having trouble with my Stream Deck. So here's the problem I have. I have this little small Stream Deck that I use when I go mobile. So I'm on my laptop right now. And this is a really cool product, but I updated it to the latest software. And now it doesn't talk to my OBS software, and I'm not sure why. And I don't know if I can go back. And I'm afraid to update my OBS software because I'm afraid that it won't then talk to this. So I got some, you remember Lucy, you got some explaining to do. So I've got some explaining to do to try to figure this out. I'm going to press a button. See, I get the exclamation point, which means none of these are connected. My footers don't work. I had to manually set this up, so I can't hit my me end. Look at that, it doesn't work. So anyway, I'm on my, I will, I'm not going to have time to fix that. I'm going to fix that in the hotel, because tomorrow and the next day we are going to be doing 2023 code changes in Texas. So that ought to be fun. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I'm working on my Q&A Fridays, and we're going to get some more programs going on my YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. A lot going on. Too much going on. All right, everybody. Thank you for all that you do. Me and there it is. All right. Thanks. And we will see you at 12 o'clock Eastern today. Take care, stay safe, and please, by all means, stay healthy. See you at 12.